What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fly as One. I'm Allison,
And I'm Jill.
and this is the show where we talk about U.S. field hockey with the Olympic hopefuls. We're gonna get to our interview with Jill Wilgemuth. Wilgemuth. She tells us how to say her name literally in the first 30 seconds of the video, so we will get some clarification. But first, we need to thank our sponsors, Skill Machine, for sponsoring us. Skills Machine is a fun training device with 18 different skill challenges. You can learn more about it and see videos at skillsmachine.com. It will also be linked down below, and I'll probably put it up in a card. And you can save $40 by using discount code FLY40. And as we said, today's guest is Jill Wilgemuth, and let's get into the interview and learn how to say her name. Oh wait, how do you say your last name?
Wogamuth.
Okay.
Do the best you can. It's phonetic if that helps. But everyone butchers it. Trust me, I'm used to it. Pro League, all the announcers.
Okay. Today we are joined by Jill Wilgemuth.
Close enough.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
So I guess we'll start off with the high school questions. Jill, do you want to ask the first one?
Yeah. I know you're like from Central PA. So you played in the Lancaster Lebanon League growing up through high school field hockey, and some girls from the national team also came from that league. Was there a teammate that you played against during your high school years that you just like hated to play against because they like were on a tough team, or you just like were like, oh my gosh, I hate playing against them?
So to be honest, in high school, I didn't pay too much attention to other individual players in my area in high school teams. In club, for sure, I knew more people through that. But there was always a couple schools like Twin Valley where Ashley and Kelly go, and they were always like so good. They knocked us out of states, I think, one year. And so we definitely didn't look forward to playing them. Maybe actually Brooke. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've been in high school.
Make
Um,
sure you go back.
yeah, like way too long. I'm embarrassed. But no, Brooke DeBurdine played at Penn Manor, and we would have played a lot of club together because she's just under me, and we were always in the same age groups. And so, yeah, she's obviously so quick, was so good with her hands. And so I never wanted to play Penn Manor because they had such a good team and didn't want to defend Brooke.
So kind of going off that, you grew up playing with and against a lot of these players. What's it like now that you've accomplished the goal of qualifying for the Olympics together?
Oh my gosh. Oh, every time I think about it, I still get chills. I don't know if you guys saw my episode on the vlog where we qualify, but it just like instantly takes me back to the locker room. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of us have known each other for such a long time because of the USA field hockey pipeline, and so we started playing together like U17 through U21, and now here. And so to be able to do something so significant with a group of girls and women now that you have known for so long and gone on numerous junior tours with, it makes it just that much more special. It truly is more of like sisterhood and family and not just like coworkers. Yeah, it's unbelievable to like just get to know each other so well and then get to accomplish our goal together.
So a good portion of the team, the players hail from Pennsylvania. So what do you think makes Pennsylvania such a hotbed for field hockey and like have all the that success?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's such a popular sport. So there's like all the best athletes, not necessarily all the best, but so many good athletes play soccer and choose other avenues when hockey isn't as popular. And in PA, it's so popular. So everyone's like, I'm going to play soccer and hockey. And we just have, yeah, like you said, it's just so competitive because everyone is um, just wanting to pursue hockey and play it at the highest level. Then I think it's just an upward spiral effect, or I should say positive domino effect.
So as you already mentioned, you did have a vlog channel throughout the qualifiers. What kind of made you start the YouTube channel? Like what gave you the idea for it?
Yeah, I have a horrible memory. So that's the first thing. I look back at certain pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was such a fun experience. And we'll chat about them with like my teammates, my friends, and I forget like all the silly things that happen. And so I think the first and foremost, I just wanted to capture our lives in this journey. And what better time to start than the Olympic journey? So it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a long time, but was never quite sure I wanted to. You guys know, you guys are like media in the media world. It takes so much time to capture and edit content. And so I never really wanted to commit to it. But then I was like, you know what? I want to be able to look back on these memories in 10, 15 years. I want my kids to be able to see these memories. And I want to show the world, honestly, how amazing our team is, and each of the individuals on our team. We have such a funny team. I mean, you've already gotten some of the best, freaking Zimmer, Sessa, Beth, like such funny characters. And when we're all together and fatigued, it gets just like it's such a good time. And so I just wanted to capture it and really just be able to, yeah, for myself. I think the second reason I wanted to do it is just to show the world hockey. I mean, you guys clearly fell in love with the game. I want everyone to know what a fast and fun sport it is and get everyone like into it. And so what better way to do that than give them a personal experience of or personal insight from like the best in the country.
That's awesome. I think, yeah, kind of like me and Allison, we're both kind of like removed from the game, like playing wise, but like still having that love for it and wanting everybody to like I could talk about field hockey. We could talk about field hockey forever, like, but just wanting other people to like love it like that too. So I think it's really cool that you're doing like that, like personal insight of it.
No, it's gonna say actually, like I think it's so sad because so many other sports are so highly covered, and like everybody, you can follow professional athletes so easily. You can follow their media, but we don't have media, so we're kind of making ours for ourselves. And we have some obviously around, but there's ESPN and Netflix aren't exactly following us for documentaries. Not yet. It's our goal.
Nice. So that kind of like leads into the next question. Do you feel like there's been any shifts in media coverage or attention to the national team since the qualifiers, or still kind of like not like there, but not there?
No, absolutely. It has been such an honor seeing the support and like the number of people that want to be a part of this journey with us. It makes you like really realize just how big of a deal it is to do what we do, and sometimes you forget, but for sure, like so many people have reached out. We like someone from CBS, like lots of different media outlets that are, hey, like everyone in the end of the day, whether you know hockey or not, Americans love America, and we all want to support each other and want to support our American sports and the USA flag. And so it's been great to see like the community just come around us, support us, local newspapers, everything, which has been. I mean, we're trying to keep it rolling. We want to. I will proselytize about hockey all day long. Let's get people into the sport. But it's been really neat seeing people jump on.
So I think the burning question we all have is, are you going to vlog the Olympics?
Absolutely. As you probably have noticed, I've taken a little bit of a hiatus the last couple of weeks. I did finish the next episode, so hopefully that'll be dropping soon. It's just going into our rest period in India. So yeah, absolutely. I need to get back on it, jump on board, start prioritizing it. But no, we will have the vlog through the Olympics. You guys will get the inside look at what's going on, and yeah, go through the journey with us for sure.
It's awesome. So we're going to shift to some national team questions. How did you find out about your first national team call up, and what was your reaction?
So there's a long answer or a short answer. What would you guys prefer?
Go with long.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
You can always chop it up and get rid of my boring rants later. But so when I was a senior at Duke, I was kind of deciding, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to go pursue the national team or enter the business world, get a corporate job? And I was like, I want to play on the U.S. I can do that now. I can't do that forever. And so I tried out for the national team in January 2020 and didn't make it. And to be honest, that was like such a pivotal point in my career because I was gung ho. I was like, yes, we're gonna do this, and absolutely devastated that I wasn't good enough. And hey, you're not there yet. And so I kind of made the crucial decision to go abroad and play. So I spent a season in England. Obviously, COVID interfered with everything, and so I wasn't there for long. But we got a new staff that next winter, and it was Anthony and Greg Drake, and they kind of put out an open trial and I sent some video in and put it in. And when I got that call that I was making it, yeah, I freaked out. I remember I was in Philadelphia in Rittenhouse Square with my brother and my sister-in-law when I got the call that I was gonna, or the list came out that I made the national team, and they were like almost as exuberant as I was, just so excited. I have some really happy memories, just like freaking out in that park and people being like, "What is going on?" But yeah, that was definitely a huge, yeah, a big moment for me, just being like, okay, this goal that I've had since I was a sophomore in high school is finally coming to fruition, and that's like the best feeling.
So you said about this was a goal that you had since you were a sophomore in high school. Was there someone who was like kind of like your field hockey role model or like inspired you to like want to play in the Olympics
Yeah, for
or on
sure.
the national team?
No, for sure. Thankfully I grew up so close to the Spooky Nook. And so the national team was there and I got to see them. I actually played for the Nook Club. So I got to see a lot of the national team players like on a weekly basis, just like brush shoulders with them. But Laura Gebhardt was a Donegal alum, which was a school right next to my house. I went to Manheim Central, but Donegal was right next to me. And I knew her. She was actually friends with my older brother. And I always thought that she was like so cool and so fun. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. And so I always like wanted to play. And she kind of introduced me to it. And then throughout my high school experience, there was a couple others like Tori Albini she was not on the team for long, but she was like BA. She was super cool and such a hardo, and I was like, wow, I wanna be like her. A couple others, obviously, like as I grew into the more defensive role, I started following like Lauren Crandall a little bit more closely, just the way that like she hit the ball, and obviously Rachel Dawson, even like Caitlin Falgalski. I guess she's no longer Falgalski, but all those players, they were just so like strong and so fast and just so good, and they were kind of like my first exposure to international hockey and like playing at the highest level beyond college, which was mesmerizing as a 14-year-old.
All right, so shifting a little bit towards qualifiers. Um, I don't know if you can hear the pouring rain in my background, but I'm sorry if you can. Um, so after you qualified for the Olympics, took all the photos, all the videos, who was the first person that you called?
Oh, my mom immediately got back to the hotel, called my mom. I'm not much of a crier, but she was bawling, and obviously that makes me cry a little bit. But I will not forget where I was. I was yeah in the Radisson Blue, our Indian hotel, and I had an American flag draped over this shoulder and a bouquet of flowers in this folder or shoulder hand, and just like I got to talk with her for like 15 minutes, and it was nothing but just like, yeah, she's so proud of her, or me, and I was just so thankful for everything she's done. She was definitely my first call, and then I pretty much just went down the list from dad to each of my siblings and just called them and wanted to share the moment with everybody because yeah, my family's everything to me, and so getting to just connect with them in that moment, they've been amazing and have never doubted me, so it was great to share that with them.
Will any of your family be making the trip out to Paris?
So many of them, the Wolgamoose are taking over for Paris. I'm a little worried about it because we don't get that many tickets, and I'm not sure how we're gonna swing it. But no, yeah. So I think I have like 10 or 15 family members coming extended. Yeah, they like to travel, they like to party, and so they're gonna be there, and they're gonna be having probably more fun of a trip than I will. Um, all business and all party. So but no, yeah, I'm excited for them to be there and share the journey.
Right. Speaking of party, do you have a favorite teammate to room with?
To room with, interesting. There's so many. We do something interesting every single trip. We room with someone different, which is great because you get to meet different people, and everybody has a completely different vibe. Some people are just like cocooned in their room, and you're probably going to be on the couch or on the beds watching Netflix with them all the time. And other people are, as you've heard, Beth likes to sing and dance, so you're always dancing and lots of energy. So, who's my favorite? Honestly, I'll just go with who my most recent was. I roomed with Maddie Zimmer this past tour, and we just vibed out. We're kind of on a similar level of melancholy sometimes, high energy other times, and we had a wonderful time, just hanging out, getting to know each other, listening to music, talking. So
So obviously the US team is very young. Is it weird being seen as like one of the older players, like, you're out of college, like kind of thing when you are like still young, like if that makes sense?
no, that is an excellent question. I remember, so I've been on the team about a little over 3 years now. And I remember like a year ago or something happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone thinks I'm a veteran player. Like, I don't even have 50 caps. I have no idea what I'm doing out here. Like, I got to get my stuff together. And so, yeah, I think that was kind of a turning point for me. And from there on, it's like, okay, I need to like I tend to be like fairly responsible and like whatnot, but I remember being like, okay, I gotta put my best foot forward every day here. Like my teammates are expecting a lot from me. So yeah, that is unique. I think I feel a little bit of like a loss from not being on a team with players that are 10, 5 years older than me who can just like they know their stuff, they can lay down like the law, and they can like bring that intensity. I never really had that. There's definitely a couple people have filled that role, and those are big shoes to fill. And I think our captains have done like the best they can. And so I would definitely wish that was a thing. At the same time, every single one of us had to like, in an international hockey sense, grown up fast. And so we had to play like we were 100 capper players when you're 25 cap players, and kind of just figure it out. And so it definitely accelerated our learning. And so I'm much better of a player now at like 55 caps or something than I would have been if I had the luxury of just kind of easing into it.
I always sometimes find like the meme where I'm always like, where it's like, I'm looking for an adult or something, and you like realize that you're the adult, and then you're like, oh, when did that happen?
You're like, oh shoot, that's me. Like I have to pay my
I'm
rent now.
I'm the adult here.
I'm the responsible one that makes the call. No, for sure. Like we'll be talking about certain structures or certain like hockey things, and everyone in this, not always, but sometimes like everyone in the huddle like looks to Jill, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like here's here's my best guess. Like we're in this together, guys, but like I'm pretty sure this is the answer, or just like pulling out. And I'm in like the leadership group, so there's like 6 of us that are with the captains, and then a couple others who like kind of lead. I don't know. We do some logistic stuff, we do some leadership stuff, and we talk a lot about like how can we have a leaderful team, how can we pull out the youngest 19-year-old and how can they be a leader on this team, because it truly is a shared burden. I mean, I'm gonna almost 26, and i I know that's old in a lot of senses. It's also extremely young, like you said. And so how can we get the next generation kind of like ready and equipped and giving them the opportunity to like lead this huddle or share their opinion. Like we are all on an equal playing field, which makes it so much more fun too. I don't view anyone as like younger than me or older than me. I truly feel like everyone is my peer, and that it just that camaraderie comes with it is so much fun.
So, kind of our last question before we get to the fun questions, even though everything's fun, is what's kind of your vibe during warm up?
Okay, it totally depends on the game. Some games I know, so we have like I talk about it, or sorry, it totally depends on the game. We talk about an energy scale. So some days I'm like a 3, whether I'm like kind of scared or nervous, my energy is low. And so I'm like, okay, I need to like dance. I need to get we're YMCA out there. Like, let's get it going. And other games, it's like, I feel great. We're ready. We're equipped. And I'm like all business. Usually I'm more on the like, I want to connect with my teammates. I want to dance. I want to like, I'm focused, but I'm also flowing. And so it's more of like a little bit more party, a little bit less business. But when the whistle blows and business time is a go, we're ready for it. So I like to be a little bit more casual.
All right. So now we have the fun questions, just little like rapid fire. So since you are a PA native, Wawa or Sheets?
Ooh, Sheets.
Wow, you're our first
Interesting.
Sheets.
What? No, Sheets was always bigger in Lancaster. Like Yeah, they had the made to order. I think Wawa has that now too, but sheets were always bigger and nicer and fancy.
What's your go-to order?
Oof, it's been a while. Now I've been in North Carolina for like 8 years, but
Okay.
I've distinctly remember their mac and cheese and I think like burritos. I'm pretty sure that was my go-to.
Oh, I just had a Sheets burrito the other day and it hit.
It slaps, yeah. It's a little bit better than I think Sessa said ice water was her answer. I was like, "Sessa."
Yeah.
I'm just still confused about that one, but it's okay.
Me too.
All right. So I think I know what your answer is going to be, but who do you think is the best singer on the team?
Oof. I mean, Beth is just gonna be hurt if I don't say. To be honest though, she has a shockingly good voice, and I think it's because she has so much practice. Um, no, she's great. Beth is an excellent, energy, like, robot or bunny. Like, she just brings the vibes, and it's you need those people, and I'm so thankful for her. If I'm ever having a bad day, I'll just start a song, and I'll start, like, whispering it in Beth's ear in a not creepy way, and just like hope that she'll start singing it without even noticing that it was me, and then we can just jam. But yeah, she's good. If it's Taylor Swift, Maddie Zimmer's got quite the vocals and knows every lyric ever. But no, we've got some good singers on the team.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, it's a good one. Build Me Up Buttercup, old school.
Nice.
All right. Do you have any game day superstitions?
I'm not superstitious, but I have a like very clear plan every game day and I do all the same things. It's like mindfulness to like my meditation, which are kind of the same thing, and visualization, and then meal. It's like the music, the correct playlist straight through. But I do like to put my left shoe and sock on first before the right. But if the right goes on first, it's not the end of the world.
So I have to ask because I'm a PA native too. So what is your favorite like PA comfort food?
Ooh. Um, this is a good one, and it's definitely I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh, a ham loaf. I love a good ham loaf.
Nice. I love chicken pot or PA chicken pot pie.
So good. My mom also makes she's from Memphis, so it's like half PA, half Southern, chicken and dumplings. So
Mm.
good.
Do you prefer Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Oof. I'm gonna be annoying and go with option C, which is the local coffee shop.
Valid. What's your
That's fair.
order?
I usually get a flat white, which is just my pretentious version of a cappuccino.
And last one, do you have a favorite memory from when you attended Duke?
Oh, so many. Like on the pitch or off the pitch?
Either.
Either. Yeah, can do
Honestly,
both.
some of my favorite memories are I played with Haley Schleicher, now Haley Randall, who was on the national team for a while, and she was my year like best friend. And we both had scooters, and we would just like zip around campus like we owned the place. And yeah, some of my favorite memories are just hanging out with her, zipping around the scooters. Yeah, Duke was a great place. I don't. That's not a great answer, but that's the best I got.
So that does it for us. Thank you so much, Jill, for joining us, and we'll see you in the post show.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks for joining us, Jill. That was so much fun. I think she just had like such a good vibe about her. Like, I don't
She did.
know, she was really fun to interview. I feel like some of some of these girls, like I'm like talking to them like they're my best friends.
I know.
And I don't know if it's just because we're all like around the same age. Um, but like yeah, honestly I love doing the interviews. They're so much fun.
They are.
Um,
And I can't wait to see more of her vlogs.
yes, I'm so
Especially
excited for the new vlogs.
especially doing these interviews and then like seeing like in like with that is just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, how else would we know how good of a singer Beth Eager is?
I know. We should have later sometime. She needs to come on and sing.
Yeah, we'll make her sing next time. Alrighty, so we have a lot of field hockey news. But we have a lot of positive news this week. Like more than normal. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. Also, I feel like I'm very animated today.
Got those hands going.
It's okay. I talk with my hands a lot. But yeah, so first the first news we got, Mercyhurst is going to D1 and they're joining the NEC for the fall. So Mercyhurst, so the way like conference changes works is like one team leads the conference, another team gets to move into the conference. And Sacred Heart and Merrimack both left the NEC for all sports except for field hockey in the fall. They joined the MAAC for this upcoming season. So there's open spots. So Mercyhurst is going to be going Division 1. I have some opinions about this. They were 2-14 last year in the PSAC. Now, yes, PSAC is the most difficult Division 2 conference. But considering they did go 2-14, and I believe both of those wins were against Roberts Wesleyan, who was a brand new program in the fall, I do see them struggling. Stonehill just recently made the transition. I believe they were in the NE10 beforehand, from D2 to D1 and joined the NEC. Their first year, they greatly struggled. Last year, they actually did pretty good. So I'm hoping that it will be very similar for Mercyhurst, that maybe they'll have like one season that's a little bit harder. And then in the like the next season, they'll bounce back and they'll do really good. I just hit my desk. There was not an earthquake.
I was wondering what was going on there.
It just like started shaking. Okay. So in more conference news, we have actually, this is like so exciting. I don't know. I'm like, it just got I need to stop kicking my table because I'm shaking like an earthquake. Joel, you probably haven't seen much about this yet just because you were at work.
Yes.
Because
Teaching
you're not
America's youth.
you don't make, 30 division D3 week posts in a single day for a living.
Oh, I was grading ninth grade journals.
How's Romeo and Juliet going?
Oh, swell. We just finished Act 1.
Fun. All right, so I'm guessing you probably haven't seen this, but the NCAA has approved a solely field hockey conference for Division 3. This is, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time this is ever happening. I know it's the first time for field hockey, so this conference is only for field hockey. There are no other teams. It's going to be, I'm going to say all these teams' names wrong. I'm so sorry. I think we all have learned by this episode, we're on episode 5. I can't pronounce anything. We got Center, Concordia, Wisconsin, Marion, Sewanee, the University of the South, University of Mary Washington, and Rhodes. Most of them are, it's honestly geographically a really weird conference. So like geographically it's weird. Mary Washington is in Virginia. Sewanee, I don't know if it's Sewanee or Sewanee. Once again, not good at pronouncing things, is in Tennessee. Concordia, Wisconsin is in Wisconsin. Marion is located in Indiana. And what team am I missing? I am missing Rhodes. Rhodes is located in
I
I just need to share my screen. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, Rhodes College. Oh, this says it's an island in Greece.
This says it's in South Africa. It's not centered. Yeah, so apparently it's in South Africa.
I know.
Let's see. This is the Rhodes we're looking for. It's in Tennessee.
Too.
So geographically, it's kind of odd.
Odd.
Especially like it is field hockey only. You would think they would have tried to make it teams
like a regional kind of thing.
Yeah, teams close to each other. So like it's a little weird, but I'm just so excited. Like just strictly field hockey, and then also maybe we'll get like just free field hockey on YouTube because they're only a field hockey conference. Fingers crossed. You can do it, guys. So yeah, I think that's like exciting. Never been done before. So cool. Um, I'm just in a silly, goofy mood today.
Silly goofy goober. Fair.
Anyway, I don't honestly know if this is new news. I saw an article about it from like 3 days ago, so could be old news that I just wasn't aware of. But St. Louis announced that they're going to St. Louis University, which is a Division One, is going to be building an on-campus pitch. Right now, they're playing at Sportport International, which is about 30 minutes away from their campus. But this is like such a positive step in the right direction. As someone who did not have a field on our campus, we drove 25, 30 minutes every single morning at 6:30 a.m. to go to practice. It does take a toll on you, and honestly, it doesn't help with recruiting. Um, because no one wants to be doing it, especially when you're doing two-a-days during preseason. Um, like you're wasting literally 2 hours of your life just driving.
Yeah.
One year we were literally at Quinnipiac for preseason and it was 45 minutes. You're wasting so much of your life in a car.
Right.
Um
And isn't there still two it like is there two a days? And
so for when we played at Quinnipiac, we didn't do two-a-days. We just did I think
oh
3 hour practice. But still, like it's awful. Like I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's awful to drive that much
yeah,
for practice. So getting an on-campus field is like an amazing step forward for them, and hopefully will also help with recruiting, which
definitely. Because that's
yeah,
so hard to like get like ooh, that'd be like just would throw a wrench into the plan, like or like your routine, like you're not you like all that, yeah, like you said, in the car time.
yeah, it's just oh my God. Like I will say, driving every day, great team bonding. Like I have so many good
Yeah.
memories with my teammates and my friends, just like blasting music. My favorite memory, this is like going off on a little tangent, but it was me, my roommate, and then one of our international students from Australia was the entire car for whatever reason that day. Um, and we were joking around about something, and the one girl, my roommate was like, "Oh, I really like the Wiggles." Like, or no, it wasn't that she liked the Wiggles. Her first concert was the Wiggles. So we played the Wiggles in the car driving to practice. And we pulled up, we were the first car there, other than our coach, pulled up with the windows down, blasting, I think it was Fruit Salad. Top, like blasting. It was like
That's
full
so funny.
volume.
I love
And
that.
our coach was like, "Are you listening to the Wiggles?" Like, it was just so, so funny. So, like, I will say that that does, like, it builds a lot of character, but it also, like, is a lot of fun memories. But, like, I wouldn't wish driving that far upon anyone. It's not fun. And then also like insurance purposes, liabilities, like but yeah, it's not a good time. And it's more pressure to put on the athletes that's not needed. Jenny Carr has been announced the new head coach of FDU Florham. She's coming from Ramapo, so if you're from New Jersey, those two are pretty geographically close. They're both in northern New Jersey. Um, Ramapo's been a pretty decent program. I know a couple girls who played for Ramapo and really liked it there. So I'm kind of excited to see what she does at FDU. Next up, we got some more D1 news. We got our first fall schedule.
Which I appreciate James Madison for because sometimes we like to really push it to the limit, but it's also only April.
It's a little, I'm gonna say, I got like a spring schedule this morning
Oh, yeah,
for a
that one.
game happening Saturday. So maybe we should be putting out like maybe putting out a spring maybe putting out our fall schedules. It's a little early, although I will say Bryant, which switched conferences last year from the NEC to the American East, um,
Mhm.
they were the first team to put out a schedule last season.
Hmm.
They put one out, I think, in May. Actually, they might have not switched last year. They might have switched the year before. But they just recently switched conferences and they put theirs out extremely early too. So I wonder if it has to do something with the conference switching that they get their
That's
schedules
true.
before before everyone else. Um
Yeah, that would make sense.
I don't know, that's just speculation, but that's kind of just like a pattern I've seen.
Yeah.
So they are officially a full member of the MAC conference, the MAC, um, which is going to be a wild conference in like 2 years.
Yeah.
when UMass Amherst joins them. Because that's happening.
Yeah, why not? Musical conference chairs.
I mean, their schedule looks very like regional, in my opinion. Like, I feel like a lot of their games are kind of, you know, regional. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
describe that. They're playing their scrimmages are Duke and Old Dominion, so both are in state for them. Villanova is out of state, but it's home. American's home, Monmouth's home, and William and Mary are home. So all like, well, to be fair, like American's not technically in DC. It's technically in Virginia, right? I don't know. It's
I
it's
don't know
it's
actually, but it's like
DC.
close. It's like the DC area, like the
Yeah,
surrounding DM, like
the
D.
DMV, yeah. So Monmouth is New Jersey, and then William and Mary is Virginia. Then they have an away game at Miami, Ohio. Not necessarily regional, but
I think
that's in
that's the
conference.
first conference.
I feel like that's a little early. I need to stop dropping my water bottle. Um, September 20th feels a little bit early for in conference. Am I making that up? I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I
Also,
feel
their
like it's
first
like a,
game feels late. Oh no, that is opening weekend this year. Opening weekend starts the 30th this year.
oh wow, that's so late.
Which is it's just because of the way the calendar worked out, but that
Yeah,
feels really late. I feel like usually we start like 26th, 27th.
because
Um,
Labor Day is like, yeah, that next week, I guess.
yeah. Then they go on to play Cal and Central Mich at home. Um, then Queens and Ohio away. Both of those I think are in conference. Is Queens joining the MAC fully
I
yet?
don't, that's a good,
I
that's a
don't
good
I know they're joining the MAC. I don't know when they become a
Yeah, I
full
just don't know
member.
when.
Um, then they have Richmond and Kent State, Old Dominion, Bellarmine, Wake Forest. But Wake Forest is like an interesting one, but it's also home, so it's not really that big of a deal. They're probably just in the area for another game. Ball State, which is in conference, Liberty, Longwood in conference, and App State. So there's nothing really exciting in this schedule.
No, there's nothing that was like, um, it just, yeah, it seems like a hodgepodgey kind of schedule, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's I don't know. There's nothing super exciting in the schedule for me. Um, Honestly, I'm excited to see how JMU does because I feel like they had an extremely difficult schedule last year while so they had a really difficult schedule because
Yeah,
they were an independent. So the only way they could get NCAA tournament bid was an at-large qualifier, so they needed to have a really difficult schedule to make that a possibility. But they went 5-12 last year with like and they played a lot of hard-hitting
they
teams. They
did.
played Duke, they played Louisville, they played Boston, they played Wake, um they played Indiana, UVA. Like they played a really hard-hitting schedule last year, so I think that might be why I'm like this is kind of boring. Um because their schedule was just so difficult in the fall. So the next talking point is a little personal project that's making me go slightly insane. Um but so I'm doing D3 week on the Field Hockey Analyst Instagram. I apologize for the amount of posts I have. I didn't think it was gonna be that many posts. I've today I posted every hour on the hour until 5 p.m. I think tomorrow is every hour on the hour until 4 p.m. It's ridiculous. However, when I was messaging all the coaches about doing D3 weeks, I also messaged them and then the D2s asking them who needs players for the fall. Because I have I have a friend who's at Keystone who I knew they needed players for the fall. I had another college had already reached out to me asking. There are 23 Division 3 teams and 2 Division 2 programs who have reached out to me who still need players for the fall.
That's crazy.
This is gravely disappointing to me.
That's, yeah.
And now there are a bunch of confounding variables. This class was 2020 freshmen. So not as many of these kids, not of many kids like me picked up a random sport in the fall of their freshman year because there was no fall of their freshman year.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that might be a large factor. A lot of these schools are smaller colleges, and a lot of them are Pennsylvania based. So I get it to an extent. However, one
Right.
of the teams, I'm not going to say which, has 4 players for the fall right now.
Ugh.
There's 4 players on a team. You can't field any type of roster with 4 players.
Yeah.
And to see that, like, May 1st is coming up. Most, like, seniors know where they're going by May 1st.
Right. Decision day. Or
We have
your
less,
decision deadline.
we have less than a month till decision day. There is no reason why this many players don't have homes for the fall. There's no
Yeah.
reason. And the fact that no one is talking about this is such an issue. Get walk-ons, get information out there, post about it, share about it. I am sure there are kids, there are 2024s sitting in their homes right now or sitting at practice being like, dang, I really wish I could play college field hockey, but I didn't get recruited. Who
Right.
would drop everything to go play college field hockey in the fall. I can guarantee it. Or I can guarantee you have a kid who's a nursing major who's like, oh, I can't play Division I field hockey and be a nursing major, when half of these D3 kids are nursing majors.
Yeah. You can
Because
make it
we've
work.
taught these kids that it's D1 or bust. And it's
Right.
not okay.
No.
Because these D2s, these D3s, I mean, we have 37 D2 teams. Our Division 2s and Division 3s are struggling. Our lower end Division 1s are struggling. And like it's just so frustrating. It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, to see that there's that many teams that are in need and how close it is to like decision, like then what does that mean for the future of those programs?
Yeah. And like, I mean, I'm doing my part. I'm working as hard as I can to make sure that these roster spots get filled. But at the end of the day, I am one person with
Right.
4 jobs. It's a lot.
Yeah, we can only spread so
Yeah.
much.
Like at the end of the day, I'm a 21-year-old with 4 jobs who is basically carrying media for field hockey on my shoulders. Like, it's not my job to make sure these rosters are filled.
We need more support.
Yeah.
Going back to that media coverage.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So national team news, Maddie Hinch was named as the national team goalkeeping coach. It is a little close to the Olympics to be naming a new coach, in my opinion, but Maddie Hinch does follow the field hockey analyst. I'm very proud of that fact.
Yeah.
But she is a gold medalist, so obviously we're so excited to have her. Like, that's epic.
Yes. Welcome aboard.
I have not found out how the U16 teams did. I am still waiting for a text back. However, the U18 national teams, both of them finished second in the Four Nations tournament.
Woo!
I don't know how both of them finished second, if they were competing against each other. I'm not really sure how that works. But that's
true.
from their coach. So it's a reliable source. I will say USA Field Hockey do a better job. There's no media coverage on that at all. There's no
Yeah, we
live
wanted to know
streams.
what's going on. We had our whole list of players to watch. We need to know how they're
Yeah.
doing.
No live streams, no game updates. I don't even know if I've seen pictures directly from them about it. Nothing about them placing. Absolutely nothing. On the Masters hockey, which is athletes 35 and older, we had our Indoor World Cup. The over 55s earned silver for women's over 55s earned silver, over 45s earned bronze, and over 60s earned bronze, and the men's over 25s earned bronze. That might be a typo. I will put that down below if it's a typo. It might be 35s because I think 25s is not technically masters. If my exercise science degree does anything, I should know that. But anyway, very good performance. We don't really talk about masters. I think no one talks about masters, but I think it's like, especially like the over 60s, like insane. Also, this tournament was free to watch on YouTube. The quality was terrible. However, we love free hockey. We love growing the sport. I love watching the Masters teams. Like, these athletes are just, it's amazing to see see people who just genuinely love the game. And like just want to continue playing. Like, it's so nice. And then for my game of the week, I hopefully will be at this game if the weather decides to be nice to me. It has not been nice to me. Princeton versus Rutgers, nice New Jersey matchup. 2 of my favorite teams. So excited to see this game. I'm just like pulling out my headphones and talking extremely fast because we're running out of time. But yeah, I'm so excited to see this game. Obviously, I think this is going up after, but if you see me, say hi. I will have friendship bracelets. I'm hopefully working on getting stickers so that way I can give out stickers eventually, but that's still a
Ooh,
work in
stickers are
progress.
fun.
Do you have
My game of the week is the PSAC play day, because how can you not love a PSAC play day? You got Kutztown, ESU, Mansfield, and I can't remember who else is all going to be there, but it sounds like a lot of fun. And it's local. So if you're in Central PA and once you head over to Lower Dauphin Middle School, they will be hosting the PSAC play day.
Alrighty, so I think that does it for us because this Zoom is going to time out on me. I don't know what was up with all the hand movements today. I just have a lot of energy. I really don't know what's going on. I'm also planning on either doing a vlog or an Instagram reel of like a day in the life of the field hockey analyst because I get so many questions about how I have time to do everything I do. So that will be coming out soon. If you have any like anything that you want me to show, just let me know. We'll maybe put it in, or maybe we'll do two. But yeah, that does it for us. I don't know who's next week's guest is because the person I asked has not responded yet, but we'll let you know. Have a good day. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow the Field Hockey Analyst on Instagram.
Woo!